On April 30th, 2023, a blogger posted a video about shadows. In the video, the human figure appears and disappears inexplicably. 24 confuses the blogger. According to the blogger, she was visiting a friend's house that day. And while they were chatting, this strange thing happened suddenly. Tian Sentido bloggers have a floor that is dozens of meters high from the ground. Tian Sentido, so it's impossible that someone is walking outside the window. Tian Sentido, so what's going on with this phenomenon? What projection is it? Did it happen to appear in the room? According to a homeowner, he noticed it a long time ago. Something seems to exist in my home. But he has no evidence. It wasn't until recently that he confirmed his thoughts. Extra. From these phenomena, what must be there in the homeowner's home must be. But he hasn't found any further evidence. We'll continue when he finds it. One day a homeowner was watching TV at home. Suddenly, I heard some strange sounds coming from the kitchen. He got up and checked it out. There was nothing in the kitchen. The curious homeowner went to check the surveillance video in the kitchen at home. It doesn't matter if you don't see it. The picture in front of him really scared him. A looming person appeared in the kitchen. How did he appear? How did he disappear? No one knows. This incident scared the owner. His home has never been a stranger. What's more, this doesn't seem to be human. (1859) Kingsoft Hotel in the United States was established. After 10 years of operation, a fire suddenly broke out in the mine next door. The fire burned through the hotel, and many people were unfortunately killed. It is said that until today there are still many bodies not found under the hotel. And these dead people have become the culprit of the haunted hotel. The hotel was restored soon after, but the peace of the past has disappeared. What followed was the horrifying scream of the tenant's door. This is the second time that bloggers have come here to explore. And what will they get this time? Well, we are walking up the steps. Whoever does everything that sounds like hitting footsteps. Please don't be afraid of us, we're just Come here for the conversation we are looking for. If you're nearby, you can give us a signal. This camera moved by itself. We didn't even touch it. I just looked at the camera moving. It seems that the movement of the camera is the signal they give. In order to communicate with them more conveniently, come to a house with strong supernatural signals. But they just sat down to communicate. That strange phenomenon appeared again. Let's get started. Is there anyone in room 5 now with us? Who wants us to run?
Wait.
No, my God. Why? Wait. Someone is with us. Who's the tragedy of these phenomena? Soon the bloggers found the answer. This should be the death of the dead in the fire. The uploader of this video is a woman living alone. This is the latest time. In her home, some strange phenomena seem to have appeared. Let's take a look at her self-report now. It's angry. Yesterday, I checked the monitoring records at home. It looks like it's like being invisible. Suddenly picked it up and threw it out. It even circled around the air. Yes, you'd better watch the video. Can see the cat who was originally having fun on the ground. Suddenly, he flew to the sofa magically. We can find details when we slow down the screen. The process of cats from floor to sofa. It's not its own behavior at all. It's more like something suddenly hugging it. And throw it onto the sofa. Even the cat completed one in the air. Very perfect rolling body movement. This video seems very real to me. I feel like I'm in this woman's home. There is really an invisible ghost. Maybe the ghost suddenly became bored. Want to tease this cat? What do you think? The uploader of this video is a company employee. When he returned home after a week of business trip, I heard strange sounds at the doorstep from the house. He thought it was a thief who had entered the family. So I quickly took out my phone and wanted to take the evidence. Unexpectedly, but he was photographed a scene that made him feel terrible. Please watch. Can see. A blanket stands strangely in the room. It's like a child hiding inside. Here you can pay attention to a detail. Just don't know. Empty drink cans from where to fly out. When smashing on this blanket, can feel it clearly. In this blanket, it seems that something is hiding. Because after the drink can is smashed, there was a slight rebound of 200. But when the photographer opens the door again, the inside of this blanket is empty. This strange phenomenon ruined the shooting art. So he stayed at a friend's house for one night. But when he went home the next night, a terrifying scene happened again. Can see, on the sleeping man, a dark shadow gradually emerges. And at the head position of this shadow, a pair of eyes shining with strange light appeared. My heart is trembling. But when the man noticed something strange, he stood up. This black shadow disappeared strangely. My first feeling, this black image looks like a fox. There have been rumors among the people that foxes become spirits. So you all think in this man's home. Have you also broken into some kind of monster? Please leave a message to write down your opinion. The uploader of this video is a single male. Don't know when it will start. Some black shadows appeared in his home. And with the dog he raised, he would often bark towards the dark corners. This night, when his dog roared inexplicably, he turned on his phone to camera. A terrifying scene was captured. He'll give you a lung. Someone is outside. Can see. When the photographer looks out the window, there is a dark figure standing outside the door, peeping inside. This figure seems to come from the dark hell. The light is completely absorbed by he, so I can't see any physical characteristics of him clearly. And his hands spread out into claws. It's like being ready to attack at any time. But what's even more creepy is when the photographer opened the door and chased him out immediately. This terrifying figure disappeared strangely. It seems like it's just an illusion. Everyone, this weird figure. Could it be the legendary shadow man who likes to monitor humans? Or maybe this is just some boring person. It's a prank. It's up to you to decide. This video is said to be a few days after the Turkish earthquake. Photographed. A male in the sky at night. A very strange scene was recorded. Please watch. I pulled with my own phone. Can see. In the dark night sky, there is a large group of mysterious glowing bodies wandering. This dense scene, the mysterious and unknown Shenzhen Line Club, is very similar to a group of tadpoles swimming in the water. After the filming agent posted this video to the social platform, it immediately sparked heated discussion among netizens. Someone said, these luminous bodies are some mysterious alien technology. People also say, this is the soul of the person who died unfortunately in disaster. The home collapsed due to earthquake. Let them not find their way home. So am lost in the sky. Everyone, in my opinion, this video has no fake elements. I also agree with these misty light groups in the sky. It is the view of the dead souls. In front of nature. Humans are so small. Looking for the dead or rest in peace. The living is strong. The uploader of this video. It is a security guard in a shopping mall. Late one night, when he was on duty in the monitoring room, suddenly I found the surveillance probe at the entrance of the mall. A very strange and terrifying scene was captured. Please watch. Can see. A woman walked into the camera from across the street and heading towards the mall. She is wearing a white dress. Gorgeous and elegant, very normal. But what is terrifying is, when she walked past the mall door and turned to the other side, her body began to gradually become transparent, until completely disappearing in the air. Everyone, you think this is shopping mall monitoring. Really photographed a late night on the street. Are the ghosts walking? Please leave a comment. This afternoon, young people, meet for a walk in the mountains. Take a photo of the beautiful scenery by the way. While they are enjoying the tranquility of nature, the camera instantly captured a strange picture. This bizarre image. Let me feel the atmosphere of nature. It suddenly became eerie. This afternoon, photographers opt to the sparsely populated skyscraper observation deck to capture the magnificent views of the city. This outdoor travel blogger often explores some beautiful places, but such places are often located deep in the mountains. This time he chose the location, sorted out the equipment, and went live while walking. But as he walked, how is this road different from the first plan? The deeper the blogger goes, the more he realizes that the road ahead is more and more bizarre. How is this completely different from the route on the map? And I read the map correctly. What the hell is going on? And it was too dark. I can't move forward anymore. So the blogger decided. Set up a tent in place. Stay here tonight. This wooden shelf, and the stones below. It's not a blogger's doing. Who's got that? And then there's this thing. Why is it so like a barbecue grill? You tell me. So what happened to the bloggers? Actually, we have a very strange place at the beginning of the film. Let's listen again now. That whisper just now said this way. This is definitely not what the blogger said. Who's going to say that? There is also the fact that the blogger should be lost. Did he encounter a ghost hitting the wall? A lad in Canada in 2022. I went fishing in a lake near my house. He enjoyed a quiet life. But there was a sound of lapping on the water, breaking the tranquility of this sand. According to lad's description, this behemoth is about 20 feet long. 20 feet to meters. That's 6 meters. This is a freshwater lake. Although freshwater fish have this body type. For example, emperor dash. It is recorded in the Encyclopedia of Waikiki. It is said that this fish can grow to more than 5 meters. But the waters in which emperor dash lived. Not in Canada, either. Hear this. You should have reacted. This guy filmed it. As for it, it can't be some kind of water monster, right? Because my husband was on his way home, he suddenly noticed something in front of the road. If this thing was on the ground, Mr. wouldn't be surprised, because this thing appeared in the sky. Is this a spell, or is it magic? Because when the owner of the house was playing the second-class ring at home, suddenly, I heard a wind chime ring behind me. At first, he didn't make much noise, but the sound of the wind chimes grew louder and louder. He was surprised. I didn't feel the wind either. What happened to the wind chimes? I'm here. Of course, it's not just the wind chimes that are moving. There are also many strange things going on in his home. In order to investigate what happened at home, the owner turned off all the lights in his house. An investigation in the dark began. It seems that there is a female ghost in the house of the owner. Suddenly, there was an unfamiliar pair of feet on his bed. Does it scare you? Security guard reviewing surveillance footage. Suddenly, I found something strange. Security personnel studied for half a day. I didn't understand it. I don't think it's something weird. Most likely something in the sky. Cast a shadow down. A small cloud. Possibly. In July 2022, a blogger got one. Very interesting stuff. How to describe it? This thing can change the color of surrounding items. When this thing is brought close to the water bottle, the color of the water changes, and when it is removed, the color of the water will return. Is this item magical, or is it a trick used? If you see any flaws, you can let us know. At night, a house owner stood in front of his window, sipping the wine in his glass. But suddenly he saw that in the dark night outside the house, there seemed to be an unfamiliar guest. This immediately alarmed the owner of the house. He walked out with a gun. They're here again tonight. Kevin, you keep walking over there. We should be able to capture something. It doesn't matter who you are, you have to leave. Get out of this place. This is our home. This is our home. You leave. Let it go for a while. Hopefully, it can be done. It can really be done. Could this be a beast? Oh no. But this case, it's better not to go over. There are dangers. A netizen named Teresa, at the time of holding a birthday celebration for its only nil, a chilling thing happened. A group of young people raised their glasses and sing in laughter. Teresa held up her camera. Capture the joy of the moment. In dim light, a figure appears in the photograph in an eerie way. It was a woman in a black robe. Her hands rested quietly on her waist. Those eyes seemed to be pointing out everyone through the lens, flashing with a light that does not belong to this world. To make sure it's not a fault of the light and lens, they enhance and filter the photos. It turned out that her face was so open. It turned out that it was not a camera failure. After exchanging frightened looks, all remained silent to ease the situation. Someone said jokingly, "Maybe the woman was just longing to share that sweet piece of the birthday cake." But Sarasa was convinced. This woman who was inadvertently captured. The gaze is too deep. Her presence is too transcendent. It was as if he had come to pass on some kind of secret that had not long since Anil's grandmother died. And it was all too coincidental. The coincidence was creepy, 500 meters underground. Miner Alexander Grayson recorded a video at a depth of 500 meters underground. His camera trembled slightly. There was a subtle hint of nervousness in his voice. Due to overtime that night, the flow of people in the mine is like this. They took the lift back to the surface. Alexander was the only one left in the empty mine. He leaned against the icy steel support, waiting for the next lift. That's when it happened. A creepy voice cut through the road. It sounded like a wolf's howl, but at a depth of 500 meters underground. Where are wolves? Alexander felt a chill rise from his illness. His heart was racing. The miner's lamp in his hand didn't seem to be able to dispel the invisible fear. The arrival of the elevator broke Alexander's musings. He clenched the miner's lamp in his hand, embarked on the road back to the surface. He had heard the old miners say that in this deep underground world, there are many hidden phenomena that cannot be explained by science. And this experience will forever change his perception of the world. The secret at a depth of 500 meters underground may haunt him forever. A girl from Indonesia, come to a peaceful town, and stayed in a small hotel. The purpose of her trip was to find a job. I hope to see what I can do here. First to a place. Loneliness and boredom are like the honey of old sorrow. Wrap it slowly. She decided to make music her companion. Record your own songs to kill time. However, not long after, something seemed to take an interest in her singing. If so much. A quick knock on the door broke the silence of the night. But when the girl cautiously opened the door, she found that it was empty. Immediately after, a creepy scene was staged, an object resembling a wig. Soaring into the sky in an incredible way, like the legendary flying craftsman. If it weren't for the hotel's low price, he couldn't think of any more reason to stay here. She made up her mind to move out of this eerie home as soon as she found a job. However, the malice of fate did not end there. The next day, the bizarre event played out again. Because they're constantly touching these abnormal things. Who? All this made the girl unbearable. She decided to pack her bags and no longer endure this horrific torture for a little effort. But at this moment, there was another noisy noise downstairs. The arrival of the police did not quell the commotion. According to the downstairs neighbor, there was a resident who seemed to be possessed by evil. The crazy master and apprentice jumped from the second floor. Luckily, his friends and the police arrived in time, succeeded in preventing this tragedy from happening. When the girl heard this, she did not hesitate for a moment.